Mga kapatid, mga magigiting na anak ng bayan, ang inyong pagparito ay pagpapakita na hindi kayo nasisindak sa napipintong panganib.
Saan? Saan? Saan nga ba ang unang sigaw ng himagsikan? Pio Valenzuela, tanging doktor na kaanib ng kilusan, na nagsasabing naganap sa Balintawak noong Miyerkules ng Agosto 26, 1896 ang unang sigaw. Ngunit binawi rin niya ito nang sumulat siya ng Memoir of Revolution at sinabing sa pugad lawing naganap ang unang sigaw noong Agosto 23, 1896. Santiago Alvarez, Katipunero, anak ni Mariano Alvarez, sinaguri ang kidlat ng apoy. Presidente ng Magdiwag Party List, na nagsasabing sa Cavite naganap ang unang sigaw noong Agosto 23, 1896 ng ika-10 ng umaga sa kabesa ni Melchor Aquino sa Sampalucan, baryo ng Bahay Toro. Naganap ang unang sigaw ng himagsikan.
Ano nga ba ang first cry at saan ito naganap, sa Pugadlawin ba o sa Balintawak? Ang ibig sabihin ng first cry ay unang pagtawag sa rebellion, cry or call for rebellion. Ano nga ba ang dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon ng unang sigaw? Dito napapasok yung pagkatuklas ng Katipunan noong August 19, 1896. At ano nga ba ang naganap sa first cry? Ito ang mga pagpupulong, pagbibigay ng talumpati ni Andres Bonifacio, pati na rin ang pagpunit ng mga sedula. August 23, 1896, ginanap daw ang unang sigaw sa Balintawak. Ginanap sa bahay ni Apolonio Samson. Ang pagpupulong ay pinatawag ni Andres Bonifacio at ang oras ay alas 9 ng umaga at siya ang namuno dito. Dito sa pagpupulong na ito, sinasabi na sila ay nanghingi ng tulong at kinukumbinsi nila ang mga tao na tuluyan na sumapi o sumama sa revolusyon. At yung pinakamahalagang parte ng unang sigaw ay yung paghikayat sa mga tao na sumali sa revolusyon. Lieutenant Olegario Diaz. Siya ay lieutenant ng mga Espanyol. Sinasabi niya na ginanap daw ang first cry noong August 24, 1896. Si Gregoria de Jesus naman, na asawa ni Andres Bonifacio, sinabi naman niya na August 25 ang petsa ng first cry. Pero bakit nga ba napunta sa Pugadlawin? Dito naman papasok si Pio Valenzuela na kanang kamay ni Andres Bonifacio. Ang sabi ni Pio Valenzuela, August 23, 1896 talaga ginanap ang unang sigaw sa sitio Gulod, Pugadlawin. Kaya nagkaroon ng pag-aaral ang ating National Historical Commission. Ayon kay Teodoro Agoncillo, siya ang kumuha ng pahayag ni Pio Valenzuela na dapat ilipat ang petsa ng unang sigaw sa August 23, 1896 at ilipat din ng lugar sa Pugadlawin. Ang una kasing pinaniniwalaan na pinagganapan ng unang sigaw ay sa Balintawak. At mahalaga itong unang sigaw na ginawa ni Andres Bonifacio at sa mga miyembro o kasapi nito, dahil ito ang naging simula ng pagbabago ng ating bansa patungo sa kalayaan upang magrebelyon sa mga Espanyol, dahil ito ang gusto ng Pilipino para makalaya tayo.
So, what's up guys? Welcome to my guys. So, for this vlog or for this discussion, so I will discuss the Noda controversy behind the date and place behind the first crime, and then Noda conflicting historical account in the first crime. So, since 1963, which or when President Justado Macapagal issued Proclamation number 149, it has been widely accepted that August 23, 1896 is the date when the cry of Pugadlawin took place, a momentous event in Filipino history, which is known for being the launching point of the Philippine Revolution. However, to this day, controversy and confusion has haunted the cry of Pugadlawin. There is even there is even the notion that it did not happen at all. Not long after Philippine Revolution, the cry has been commemorated in Balintawak on August 26, that the date of the cry was agreed upon the time. This is shortly before a skirmish took place between Katipuneros and Spanish Guardia Civil, also dated to be August 26, 1896. The crime primarily involved the tearing of cedulas or punitin ng cedulas, and it was supposed to be symbolic of tearing away from the yoke of Spain. From the studies we undertook from our younger years, I learned that the cry of Fugadlawin happened in Balintawak, and I until now firmly believe in the uh, information cited on the books. Dr. Vio Valenzuela is the one of the surviving witnesses of the Pugad Lawin, con- and this is confirmed by the drone act by Guillermo Pasangkay, who was isa rin siya sa mga present. If we are to believe of Pasangkay, Dr. Valenzuela will be the only doctor participating in the crime. However, it seems that the statements are not consistent. His first statement mentions Katipunan meeting happening between August 23 and 25 at Balintawak. His second statement, made some 15 years later, mentioned the cry of the cry to happen at the house of Apolonio Samson in Kangkong, south of Balintawak. On August 23, his third statement, made another 6 years later, tells of the cry occurring at the house of Melchor Aquino, also known as Tandang Sora, at Pakpak Lawin or Fugad Lawin near Pasong Tamo. Also on August 23, Fugad Lawin is further north of Balintawak. His first statement, made before Masangkay and other surviving Katipunan members, recalled that event, tells a meeting at Kangkong on August 22, but that occurred at the house of Juan Ramos, Melchor Aquino San, at Wugad Lawin near Bahay Toro the day after, which is August 23, while Valenzuela seems to be firm on the date. August 23 is apparently uncertain on where the crime actually occurred. As it is, Valenzuela is not known having for impeccable memory. This is demonstrated with recollection of this meeting with Rizal at Dapitan. Months before the launch of the revolution, this confusing statement that threw the to the cry itself. Did it really happen or not? The date also became a subject of debate when Masangkay gives two possible dates of the cry, August 24 and 26. This and Julio Nakfil's mention of Firmino first cry in 1925 seems to forward a new possibly there might have been two cries of Fugad Lawin. Another veteran, Santiago Alvarez, mentioned in his memories a cry at Bahay Toro, a place between Pasong Tamo and Kangkong. On August 24, of course, to be fair, neither Nakfil, the husband of Gregoria de Jesus, nor Santiago Alvarez were included in Masangkay list. However, that seemed to support Masangkay claims of a cry on August 24 and 26. Also, this throws Fugad Lawin into doubt since neither Masangkay nor Francisco Carrion, Macario Sakay right-hand man, remembers Fugad Lawin but seems to recall Bahay Toro.
19th century journalists used the phrase El Grito de Rebelión or the Cry of Rebellion to describe the momentous events sweeping the Spanish colonies in Mexico. It was the cry of Dolores, September 16, 1822, and in Cuba, the cry of Pantasa, February 24, 1895, August 1896, northeast of Manila. Filipino Similarity declared a rebellion against the Spanish colonial government. It was Manuel Sison, the Spanish historian, who institutionalized the phrase for the Philippines in 1897 book, La Instruction en Filipinas. All these cries were milestone in the several colonial to nationalist history of the world. Some writers refer to a cry of Montalban on April 1895 in Pamitinan Cage long before the Katipunan decided to launch a nationwide revolution. The historian Teodoro Agoncillo chose to emphasize Bonifacio's tearing of the cedula. On September 1911, a monument to the heroes of 1896 was erected in what is now in the intersection of Epifanio de los Santos Avenue and Andres Bonifacio Drive North, Diversion Road, to commemorate the martial event upon his return from exile in Hong Kong. Emilio Aguinaldo commissioned a Himo de Balintawak to herald renewed fighting after the failed peace of Pact of Biak na Bato. It is quite clear that first eyewitness cite Balintawak as better-known reference point for a larger area, historians and their living participants, not politicians and their sycophants, should settle this controversy. It is not clear why 1911 monument was erected there. Some writers consider the first military engagement with the enemy as the defining moment of the cry. It could not have been to mark the site of Apolonio Samson's house in Barrio Kangkong, Katipuneros mark that site on Kaingin Road between Balintawak. Moreover, eyewitnesses and therefore historians disagree on the site and date of the cry. The separation of the Philippines from the Spanish monarch constitution, an independent state and with a proper sovereign government named the Republic of the Philippines, was the end pursued by the revolution through the present hostilities initiated on August 24, 1996. Doon ay wala namang sinabing kautusan maliban sa patalastas na kagulat-gulat na kanilang lulubusin ang Maynila. Sa Sabado ng gabi, ika-29 ng Agosto, at hudyat ay pagpatay ng ilaw, gaming sugo ay nakarating ng maluwalhati sa kanyang paroroonan at nagbalik din na wala namang sakuna na taglay ang sulat ng Supremo na may petsang 24 ng Agosto, Supremo Andres Bonifacio sa Balintawak, na nagsaad ng isang mahalagang pulong ang kanilang idinaos ng ika-24 ng nasabing buwan. At lubhang kailangan na kami ay mapadala roon ng dalawang kinatawan o delegado. Nagkaroon ng pag-aalinlangan sa kasalanang pagdadaraang mga pook at totoong maigpit at abot-abot ng panguhuli ng mga gwardiya sibil at veterana sa mga naglalakad, lalong-lalo na sa mga pinaghihinalaang mga mason at katipunan. Saka idinugtong pa na marami di umano ang nahuli at napatay ng gwardiya sibil at veterana sa kanyang mga kasamahan sa lugar ng gulod. Kapag karang matanggap ang nasabing paanyaya, ang aming Pangulo na si G. Baldomero Aguinaldo ay tumawag ng Pangulo sa Tribunal ng Cavite, El Viejo. They pinpoint the date, the place of the crucial cry meeting when the decision to attack Manila was made. Noong ika-22 ng Agosto 1896, ang sangguniang Magdalo ay tumanggap ng isang lihim na sulat mula sa mga pulong aniya itataon sa kaarawan ng kapistahan ng San Bartolome sa Malabon, Tambobong. Gayon pa naman ay aming hinirang at pinagkaisang ipadala sa Subo ang matapang na kapatid namin si G. Domingo Orculo.
Hi guys, welcome sa ating vlog. Ang ating topic for today is First Cries. The cry of Pugad Lawin was an event that officially marked the start of the Philippines Revolution against Spain. The revolt later grew in strength and spread to 8 provinces including Manila, Bulacan, Cavite, Pampanga, Tarlac, Laguna, Batangas, and Nueva Ecija, which were eventually represented by the 8 rays of the sun and the present Filipino flag. The facts about the cry of Pugad Lawin. The Philippine Revolution against over 300 years of Spanish rule began with Andres Bonifacio, leader of the Katipunan of Secret Revolutionary Society that sought independence for the Philippines from the Spanish colonial rule. In August 1896, in the sitio of Pugad Lawin in Balintawak, now part of the Quezon City, the Katipuneros led by Andres Bonifacio, rose up revolt by tearing up their cedulas, which became a sign of enslavement of the Filipinos. This event, called the Cry of Pugad Lawin, officially regarded as the start of the Philippine Revolutionary against Spain. With the use of violence and arms, the word cry comes from the Spanish El Grito de Rebelión. The Spanish El Grito de Rebelión, Cry of Rebellion, or El Grito for short. Thus, the Grito de Balintawak is similar to the Grito de Dolores of Mexico, 1810, but the El Grito de Rebellion strictly refers to a decision or call to revolt. It doesn't necessarily mean shouting, unlike the Filipino term sigaw or sigaw. They have several accounts provided different dates placed for the cry of Pugad Lawin. Olegario Diaz, who was an officer of Spanish Guardia Civil stated that the cry happened in Balintawak on August 25, 1896. Historian Teodoro Calao wrote in his 1925 book entitled The Filipino His 19 Revolution that the cry took place during the final week of August 1896 at Kangkong, Balintawak. Santiago Alvarez. Santiago Alvarez is a Katipunero of Sons of Mariano Alvarez, who was the leader of the Magdiwang faction in Cavite, stated in 1927 that the cry happened at Bahay Turo, now in Quezon City, on August 1896, and also several events occurred to strengthen the unity of the Filipino people of abroad at thirst and for independence. These include the Cavite Mutiny of 1872, martyrdom of the Gomborsa, propaganda movements, and different peaceful campaigns for reforms. Dr. Rizal excelled in the Pitan and the foundation and the discovery of the KKK, or kataas-taasang kagalang-galangang katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan. Supreme and Venerable Association of the Children of Nation. That's all. Thank you.
So guys, we were talking about Pio Valenzuela version of the cry. Was written man was by Pio Valenzuela. He also told the bearer of Balintawak. It was the beginning of the Philippine Revolution, where 1,000 of Katipuneros gathered in the city of Pugad Lawin on 23rd of August 1896 to rebel against the Spanish government, who enslaved the Filipino for hundreds of years. They started by tearing their cedulas, or paper that symbolize the slavery that has been done to us Filipinos. It was the first movement that raised against Spanish government that engaged in form by the use of force. So they fought in order to prove themselves that they worthy to be called truly free people. So Pio Valenzuela was a Filipino physician and revolutionary leader at the age of 23. He joined the Society of the Philippines from Spanish colonial rule and started the Philippine Revolution. Together with Andres Bonifacio and Emilio Aguinaldo, they formed the secret chamber of the society called Kamana Reina. He took the charge of the publication of Ang Kalayaan, Katipunan, first and only official publication, and he was the one who tried to convince the exiled Jose Rizal to join in the revolutionary cry movement.